Yep, and we're live on umbraCoffee episode 16, and we are joined today by Sofie from Umbraco HQ. Hi, Sofie.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. It has been an amazing week in Umbraco community, as everyone. Yeah, let's start from the first news, which is massive amount of pull requests merged into the Umbraco documentation. And Sofie, I'm sure that you have something related to it. Can you share more details about it?
Yes, I can. First of all, a big high five to everybody who's contributed to the documentation lately. It's just amazing. All the me and Jevan, Mark, and Damien, we're the documentation curators. So we're trying to work structurally with the documentation and pulling in and reviewing pull requests and stuff like that. So we're just really trying to get stuff done on the documentation because it's been neglected a bit the past few years. So we're trying to pick it up now and create new documentation and update it where it's needed and stuff like that. So it's great. It's amazing work.
It's great to see. It's great to see that the new documentation team has kind of inspired the community as well to start contributing to the documentation. People that didn't contribute to or have never contributed to the core. And I saw someone the other day saying, "I've done my first Umbraco pull request, and it's the documentation," which is awesome.
Exactly. It's maybe we can call it like an easy way to get started in the Umbraco, making a pull request to documentation and then see how that goes. And maybe you can move over to making some pull requests to the core later on, but it's a great way to get started, definitely.
Yeah. I'm doing a talk next week about open source and contributions at all, and we are always mentioning it that it's the easiest step to contribute, even to everyone not involved in the tool particularly. Maybe they are looking for information, and I want to use those numbers as an example because it looks really amazing. It's 67 pull requests. It seems like you were really busy lately to review all of them to make them better and better after the submission. So that's really great. And yeah, I think that we are just looking forward to use the better version of the documentation.
Yes, we all are. It's really great. And it's just if you don't really know, if you want to do some documentation, you should go to the issue tracker on the documentation because there's a lot of issues that can be picked up and easily just make some documentation for those. It could be some config files that needs documentation or stuff like that. There's a bunch of those in there. So just go in and pick one up and see what you can do.
Yeah, that's cool. During this week, we also seen a really interesting discussion around URL tracker, and in comparison to the tracker built in Umbraco source code, we haven't had time to catch up all of those comments because it's really alive, and we can see that Mark, Pete, and Sebastian are chatting and talking in this pull request about possible solutions for usages and all the case scenarios for URL tracking functionality. So we will definitely share this link to pull request to let all of you know about it, and maybe put some feel free to put some thoughts and help Umbraco and community to contribute and make the best decisions for all of us who will be probably using it at the end.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because the URL tracking functionality in Umbraco is something that's bugged me for a little while, and I at one point had a little go at looking to see if I could fix some of my issues with it, and it's quite a complex piece of functionality, so there's loads of different moving parts and stuff. I'd be interested to see if the community can come to kind of a decision about the direction that it needs to go in, and if there's like a simple improvement that we can do or something. It's good to see an active discussion happening about this now because I think it is something that needs a little bit of attention.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it's all about the outcome of the community discussions, because we all, and right now, always Umbraco was open for suggestions, so we can suggest anything. And if we want a particular functionality or particular behavior from this tool, we just need to tell everyone about it, because sometimes what can be obvious for us is not obvious for everyone else. And yeah, so feel free to share your thoughts. I will definitely take a look and add my thoughts, and Callum, you definitely will use yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, jumping to another topic, and we have a code garden ahead. Of course, we've been mentioning it multiple times, but having the opportunity and Sofie here with us today, maybe we can reveal some more details. How it looks from the HQ perspectives. Are you all busy with planning of the biggest event in the community? How it looks from your side? We will of course reveal some details meanwhile, but let us all know how it looks from your side.
Well, it looks really exciting. Big things coming this year. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. But I guess we always say that, right? But so you should really just head to codegarden18.com. We have all the information there, and we update the site daily. And right now we have 21 speakers confirmed, and we have more coming in each day. So if you're thinking about making a talk, doing a talk at Code Garden, you can still submit it until Tuesday, the 20th Tuesday, I think. So you still have time. If you have an idea or something, just submit it on the webpage, and we'll take a look at it and get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
so
we've seen some speakers announcements, and they are added on the fly. And I can see that there is, for example, Frederick and Jeffrey will talk about GDPR, which is probably the hottest topic of the last couple months on the road of web development, and not only. I can see Adam Peter Nielsen from Novisol. So we have how many speakers already announced?
21 speakers.
21 speakers. Yeah, but still the call for proposal is open, and yeah, we are all looking for more. Yeah. So what about the rest around Code Garden?
Well, I can't really reveal that much, but it's gonna be so for the guys who went last year. It's gonna be the same venue, but it's gonna be different. It's gonna be bigger and better. We have a guy here at HQ actually working full time on designing and visualizing the whole Code Garden this year, so it's gonna be really amazing. I don't know if you've already noticed all the graphics and the logo that we've launched.
We have Rabbit once again.
Yeah, so it's going to be really amazing. And the t-shirts and the hoodies, the swag you're going to get this year, boy oh boy, it's going to be fantastic.
No pressure from the background, right?
No.
Yeah, what I also noticed is the small favicon on the side, which is also related with the design. And I can share my screen to just show it to you. It's here. Yeah, it's small things, but it's all keeping the design. And you didn't mention yet, but you've released, Christina released a blog post about the day one of the Code Garden and some new additions this year, which are the Lightning Talks session and also Hackspace. Can you tell us more about it?
Well, it's not that planned out yet, actually, but it's just the idea of having these small little lightning talks. So if you don't feel like you can talk for an hour or 45 minutes about one topic, it's just a tiny little package that you want to talk about, for example, or something you did that was awesome and you want to share with the community. That's what these lightning talks are for, like 10, 15 minutes-ish. So it's really just a way to open up for more people to give a little talk at Code Garden. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be really amazing.
I'm excited about what happens with the Lightning Talks and the Hackspace as well, because it's something we've done at the UK Fest, like a Lightning Talk space for the past couple of years. Last year, Niels did like a big session in there on an ask me anything type thing, but there was also a couple of really nice ideas that were presented or alternatives, people demoing packages and stuff. It was really good. It just gives the people in the community that don't normally get to present at these sort of events the opportunity to share something. And like you say, it's kind of less formal. It's only 10, 15 minutes. It's easier. And also the Hackspace is going to be great, because I've found myself at Code Garden before, like, oh, I've got an idea and I need to try something right now. And having a space where you can go and sit down and do that, and there's other people there that you can maybe talk with, will be super helpful.
Yes.
Or share your frustration of being in need of deploy something during the Code Garden.
Yeah, just fix a production bug.
Yeah, but it looks really great. We are all looking forward for some more announcements and more additions to the standard format of the event. And maybe speaking about the events, we also noticed during this week that Umbraco US Festival announced super early bird tickets.
Yep.
Which are available to be bought right now. And also this call for proposals is there on the side, and I can share my screen as well to show it during the talk. So yeah, it's on October 11 and 12 in Chicago. Super early birds costs $149 and only until May 31st. And call for speakers is here, so we can all submit our proposals. So everyone who submitted talks or will submit talks to Code Garden can just copy and paste it here and, and do exactly the same for US Festival to visit Chicago. And yeah, join Umbraco US community.
Yep. Maybe now it's time to cover a couple of the new releases that have happened this week.
Yep.
So
Cool.
Fluidity, which is Matt's newest baby, is like it's a Fluent API for making entities in Umbraco, so data types, doc types, configuration, anything. That's had a bug fix released this week. I think it was version 1.0.2 now, which is cool. Yep. Member Unlock is another package. I think we've actually discussed this one before, but that came out this week. It was version 1.0.
Yep. And that's all if it comes to releases this week, right?
Yeah, it's not been that too much. Like we said at the start, I think the community's piling in on the documentation at the moment. So
yeah, I saw also Dave merged some pull requests into Nexu, but it's under tests right now. So maybe we can just encourage people to help Dave to test it properly and make the further release sooner than later. Yeah, it was most about the documentation. What else we've seen this week, and what I wanted to really share is a Cloud API announcement. I don't know if it maybe Sofie, you can help us as well, because it's around documentation. We haven't seen it earlier, and I was informed about it by Adam, because we've been trying to do some magic behind the scenes for Umbraco Cloud project, and we can all know that it's documented right now. I will share my screen to prove it. But can you tell more about it? Do you have a knowledge around the Umbraco Cloud API documentation at all?
I do have a little knowledge around it. It's actually something that's been around for a while. We just haven't had the documentation for it in a public scene. So it was actually Nils who came to me and said that this should be on the documentation, because it's something everybody can use, and it's something that people should use, because it just makes the whole automation project process of creating projects and team management and stuff like that. That makes it a lot easier if you have to do a lot on cloud at once, for example. Yeah.
So we will share this link with all of you who are watching it, because it was something what we are looking for, and it's amazing that it's already documented and we know how to use it. So that's great.
Yeah.
And of course, we have a lot of other things. Callum, you've added one more thing to our release today, and it's pretty fresh thing. Niels is looking for some help, and I can share my screen once again.
This one came in just before we went live. So Niels wants someone to draw in this sort of style, the Rover 400 from last year's Code Garden that got turned on its head and crushed and written on and stuff.
We don't know nothing about it, right?
We don't know why, but I'm interested to see. I think we'll probably learn more at Code Garden. I think he's up to something. He's scheming.
And we have some amazing people already into drawing and painting lately.
Yeah.
Kudos for you, Matt and Kevin, right now. And yeah, feel free to help Niels. And still, we are looking forward to what's going on for what it is. Another car flipped or something. We will all see.
Someone's going to get a tattoo of that car at Code Garden.
Okay, so we have all of the topics covered. I think that, yeah, we are all waiting for what Code Garden will bring for us, what all the events will bring for us. There is an amazing Umbraco German festival ahead in the next month. But yeah, speaking about weeks, we will see each other in the next week. And yeah, feel free to share your thoughts, watch us, share us, subscribe, and all the rest things what our amazing YouTubers doing. Yeah, do you have anything else to add, Sofie?
I just have a tiny little thing, actually, that's regarding Code Garden. So you can still get the discount until April 24th. That's when the final discount will end, April 24th. So go grab your tickets. You can still make it.
Good, great. And Callum, you?
No, nothing from me.
Okay, so as we had a coffee, we can get back to work. Thanks, Sofie, for joining us and for all the insights from the Umbraco HQ. And yeah, see you next week.
Cool. Cheers, Sofie. Have a good weekend.
Cheers, all of you.
Yes, guys.